can we have a serious conversation about the LBHs, passport bros, like whatever you want to call them?
Hi fellas, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're talking about a trend that has a lot of modern women frustrated: the rise of the passport bros. These are men who choose to travel to other countries to find partners who match their values, their lifestyle, and their idea of a healthy relationship. Instead of stressing over dating standards that feel impossible or one-sided, these men simply take control of their lives. They get their passports, book their flights, and look for women who appreciate respect, loyalty, and real connection. And now, some women online are upset about it. But honestly, it's too late. Men are realizing they have options. They're no longer forcing relationships that drain them or make them feel unappreciated. They're looking for genuine, respectful women, whether she's from their own country or another part of the world. At the end of the day, every man deserves peace, effort, and someone who values him for who he is.
So I saw a video about this passport bro guy on Instagram, right? Showing like a little vlog of him taking his girlfriend out on a date. He started off the video by taking out like $80. He was showing how he's spoiling his girlfriend, right? Like he got her like a lash service and like nails. And then he said, oh, I'm gonna test her after I did all this for her, to taking her on a date to 7-Eleven. She's like, oh, I love it. You do so much already for me. And inside the 7-Eleven was like actually like a restaurant, like a club inside. And it was like a cute little club. My thing is, I commented this on my video. I'm like, and also he spent $80 on a date, like $80. Like, come on. And I commented, oh, I get all this from men in the US and Miami. Like, you guys are just broke and don't date beneath your means in the United States. So you guys go to other countries to be able to afford the women that you want to date instead of working hard to afford the women you want to date in the United States, right? As you guys can expect, so many men got mad at me. Are we surprised that I got so emotional? My point is, and you're never going to change my mind about this, currency for women is looks and beauty, and currency for men is regular currency, like money. The society that men built for us, doesn't matter if a woman doesn't have any money, but if she's pretty, she's gonna be able to get ahead in life, right? But if a man is ugly and he works hard and he has money, he's gonna be able to get ahead in life, like finding a wife. So instead of this man working harder to afford the woman that he wants to have in the United States, he cheapened out. He went the cheap route and then went to another country to find a girlfriend, which is totally fine for him, right? The thing is, the men in the comments were coming at me for saying that I expect this kind of stuff for men in the United States. This girl and I are the same thing. She's expecting nice things too. She expects her man to pay for her lashes, nails, get her flowers, take her on amazing dates. The only difference between her and I, or women in the United States and her, is that these men are able to afford her. They don't have an issue with her wanting those things. They have an issue with the fact that they can't afford it in the United States, but they can cheapen out and do it in other countries. They were calling me all these slurs, saying that I'm an HOE, that I'm a gold digger. And her and I date the same. We date the same type of men that we want providers, do things for us, like taking us to nice dinners, pay for our nails, like take care of us and be a provider. But you guys are mad at me because you can't afford it in the United States, but you are able to do it in Thailand or Vietnam, right? Like $80 is not a lot of money. $80 is what I spent on like a lazy Wednesday night where like my mom and I are like, hey, do you want to go get some tacos and like margaritas or something? And we go and spend $100 on this. Like we're going in sweatpants and like a t-shirt. Like that's like $80 is like, it's not like a big thing. It might be a big thing for you, but for a lot of people in the United States, it's kind of an average, regular meal out. It's not like a big fancy meal. They're not going over there to date women that are working hard and paying 50-50 and they're like manteniéndolos a ellos. They're going over there to do the same things they would do in America, but they can't afford it, so they go to another country to do it. So I don't understand why I'm a gold digger and why women in the United States are gold diggers. They want the same things. It's just that you are able to afford it there and you're not able to afford it here. Imagine if a conventionally unattractive American woman was saying, oh, I can't find a good looking man to want to date me, so I'm gonna go to another country and I'm gonna pay him to go out on dates with me and whatever. You guys would be coming at for that woman, saying she can't find nobody in the United States who she can't afford, and because she's not pretty, she's not a conventionally attractive woman. So just admit that you're broke and you guys can't afford to date the types of women you want to date here, because I'm sure there's a lot of women would date you that would probably split bills with you, but that they're not as attractive as you might want them to be. But it's because you're not able to afford really attractive women. So the problem isn't women in the West are asking for too much, is that you're not able to afford it. So you go do the same exact things that women in the West are asking for and do it in a price that you are able to afford. And just admit that women in the West don't have a problem with you doing whatever you want to do, because we're not looking to date broke bums. But just admit that you're doing the same shit you would do if you were actually rich in the United States. You're doing it in another country just because you can't afford it here.
This woman is angry because the passport bros are now dating Thailand girls instead of American women. She even said that if a man is spending only $80, he is broke. But the reality is simple. Most men are tired of the games modern American women play. Men want a place where they will be respected. For years, some women have acted like men aren't needed, talking down on them and raising their standards to unrealistic levels. And guess what? Men heard them. So now men are moving away, traveling to places where women actually appreciate them. Most women set their standards so high, and when a man can't reach those standards, they get upset when he leaves. But that's exactly what's happening. The more people talk badly about the passport bros, the more men want to join them. Men just want peace, respect, and a real connection, not games. And that's why the passport bros movement is growing every day.
My take on passport bros as an American who's lived in the Philippines for 2 years is that most Filipino women who are dating foreigners, they know English very well. They're smart. They're not uneducated. They definitely know what's going to happen and what's going on, and they know the expectations of what a possible marriage might entail. The part where I get a little worried is I've seen a lot of passport bros be, first of all, predators as young as 13 years old, and second of all, they seem very, very hurt and just like really jaded towards American women and kind of controlling and just really aggressive. So that would be something to consider as well if you want that type of personality as a partner. And also, when people move to the US, they have a foreign spouse. Sometimes, not always, sometimes that foreign spouse is isolated, doesn't have very good connection. So if anything were to be bad or if they would need any help, I'm just worried that some people might not have the resources to get the appropriate help or support or community they need. But I don't care who you guys marry, if it's a foreigner or not. Obviously, I'm married to a foreigner myself. But I think there are just some parts to be cautious about. And then also just remember, a lot of American women have had really bad experiences with men. So when they see like that kind of rough personality go into another country and having women there, they might just be a little upset or triggered because they don't want women to experience things that they have also experienced. So that's my take.
Some women are starting to feel jealous, but honestly, that's how things go sometimes. For years, many modern women set extremely high standards for men, standards that a lot of normal, hardworking men simply couldn't meet. And now, men have had enough. They've decided that if they can't find the love and respect they want at home, they're willing to look in another country for someone who truly values them. Most men aren't asking for anything crazy. They just want to feel appreciated, respected, and loved. So, if it takes traveling to another place to find a woman who matches their energy and treats them well, they'll do it. It's not about revenge or trying to upset anyone. It's about finding real connection and peace. At the end of the day, everyone wants to be with someone who values them, and men are simply choosing to go where they feel welcomed instead of judged.
American women say men go to foreign countries because they're trying to look for poor women who will submit to them. Wipe them up because we do not submit to men who have nothing. If you judge passport bros, then you should consider that your argument is not valid and your misconception on foreign women is demeaning. Still, successful women in foreign countries, they submit to their husband, they're feminine, and they're traditional. But if these women have better education than Western women, guess what? They're educated, they have careers, and they're still feminine, traditional, and value men to lead the relationship. Not feminists. How many women in the US are single mothers and live off the government and struggle? A lot, right? A lot of uneducated, poor women in America too, so that argument is invalid. One thing I've noticed is women who ask for the most usually have the least to offer. If you're a woman and you think men go to foreign countries because they think foreign women don't know wiser, who's really the uneducated one? Consider Western culture as the problem, the women being uneducated or poor, and that's why they submit.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yes, I can agree that Western women have their own culture and lifestyle, and there's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, what matters most to many men is respect. Respect for their time, effort, and who they are as a person. If a woman has respect and values a man, then she's good to go, no matter where she is from. Different countries have different cultures, different expectations, and different ways of showing love. But in many places around the world, the respect for men, relationships, and partnership is still very strong. That's one of the main reasons why some American men travel to other countries to look for love. It's not always about running away, it's about finding a place where they feel appreciated, valued, and understood. A lot of men feel like respect in modern dating has changed, and because of that, they choose to look elsewhere for something real.
So one of my guy friends gave me permission to make a Hinge account for him because I was telling him how easy dating is with dating apps, and he was telling me that it's incredibly difficult. And I was like, Pete, you must be doing something wrong. And he gave me permission to create an account for him and just run the account. I've been a virtual boy for 3 days, and I've never felt this bad about myself. I feel like a freaking loser trying to get these girls to like me, and I'm starting to hate women because I'm like, when I say I mean Pete, because that's the account I'm using. Pete's about a 6, but I'm so desperate, I'm liking the 2s and the 3s, and even they won't like me back, Pete, which is a 6. So what level of delusion has entered women's heads? Like, what is going on? It is so difficult dating as a boy. I hate it. I'm on day 3 of being a boy, and I hate women, and I'm more depressed than ever.
This woman tried to put herself in a man's shoes in the dating world, and it didn't go the way she expected. Now she's upset and frustrated, and she's starting to criticize other women, acting and start to dislike woman behavior, and most women are saying that passport bros are evil. But what she doesn't understand is this. Men aren't joining passport bros to hurt anyone. They're simply tired of dealing with situations where they feel unappreciated, misunderstood, or disrespected. When someone treats you poorly or doesn't value you, anyone, man or woman, will eventually get tired. That's why some men choose to date in other countries, not because they hate women, but because they want a relationship where mutual respect, effort, and understanding still exist. It's not about running away, it's about wanting peace, respect, and a real connection.
Can we have a serious conversation about the LBHs, passport bros, like whatever you want to call them? I just don't understand how the most basic level men can leave America, travel to these other countries, and just pull absolute tens, like the hottest girls that you will ever see. And these men, like men that we wouldn't even look twice at, are just pulling them and convincing them to date them. Like, I truly don't understand it. Can someone please explain to me how this is happening and how these men are able to get away with it? Also, like, how can we stop this? It's out of control, and it's getting to a point where it needs to be stopped.
This woman is wondering why some men are joining the passport bros movement. The reality is simple. Many men are looking for a partner who genuinely appreciates them, someone who respects their effort, their time, and their intentions. Men aren't searching for perfection. They just want a relationship where both people value each other equally. When a man feels understood, respected, and seen for who he is, that's where he chooses to stay. And the only way to truly keep that kind of connection is by showing real respect, real care, and real appreciation for the man you're with.
Honestly, passport bros is the scariest thing I've ever heard of. Putting a woman in a financial position where she can't leave, go nowhere, has kids with you is very scary, period. And the fact that a man knows that their dollar is going to go so much further in the Philippines, Thailand, Colombia, all those developing countries, if you want to say. And hear me out, when I'm saying developing, I'm talking about it's not a country like Luxembourg, Denmark, Finland. Like, I'm naming European places, but passport bros don't be going there to bag anybody. Like, they can't. And I honestly feel like a lot of the women are actually victims of these men. And I feel bad, but at the same time, once you saw the signs, you should have left. But money will make people do some crazy things.
Men simply want peace, respect, and a genuine connection. For a lot of guys who choose the passport bros lifestyle, it isn't about escaping women. It's about finding an environment where they feel appreciated. In many countries where the currency exchange is different and the culture is more relationship-focused, men feel they have a better chance at building something real. But now, some women are reacting strongly and criticizing these men, even though many of them are just searching for love, calm, and respect. The truth is, people go where they feel valued. A man who feels listened to, supported, and respected will naturally stay in that space. And if he doesn't find that at home, he may look elsewhere. At the end of the day, everyone, men and women, deserves a peaceful, respectful relationship. That's really all passport bros are trying to find. So guys, this is the end of the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, drop your comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one.